What Chaos, live from LA. We are in the Kings little broadcast area, which is amazing. Thank you to the Kings for hosting us. We're figuring out our shit, so we've got some technical issues, but here's what we know. I think. You can see us, you can hear us. So Pete, speak. Can we hear you? Are
Hello.
you alive?
Can you hear me?
Everybody's
Chat,
alive.
Is Chat here?
On the other side, sounds like we're good. People not falling down. Alec is good back there. Sean is good back there. It looks like, okay, once we get confirmation.
I can confirm that I see us on my computer.
Okay, we are good. We're doing a show. Okay, like I said, we might be a little sparse on the elements. That today on the show, we can go through that in a little bit. But today on the show is going to be, like, first of all, welcome back, daily episodes, etc., etc. Stay subscribed. Connor McDavid is staying in Edmonton. Connor McDavid has agreed to what is reportedly a 2-year contract with a cap hit of less than $15 million annually. We're on the road, got a lot of moving parts. We knew that just for the sake of making our lives harder, this would happen now. But Pete, this has happened.
It has happened. I got to be honest. I'm a little bummed, and I know that like the Oilers fans are not going to hear that. We want to hear that. Congratulations to my Oilers fans. Friends, we do a show called What Chaos. We thrive in the chaos. Man, it would have been so juicy. Plus, we have a million things that are in the works right now, and some of those are going to be dated because of the Connor McDavid extension. But congratulations, Connor McDavid. Congratulations, Oilers fans. 2 years, though.
Yeah.
That, like... You're in a Connor McDavid contract year next year, basically. Or
Yeah.
in 2 years.
We're going to go through how it happened, and we're going to go through some questions that we have off it. The 2 years, to me, I am just immediately hit by fuck. Like, so it's not over. But at least you don't have to go through it this year wondering, is he about to leave? But here's how it happened. Here's the timeline. Today began with Elliot Friedman saying that there would be clarity, this is on 32 Thoughts, within the next day or two on the McDavid situation, either an extension or him explaining to the team why he wouldn't sign, which I hated that idea because I'm like, that clarity is not going to get out, and we're just going to know that he's not signed, and that's going to stink. Then Frank Saravalli, what?
There's another update. Ryan Rishaug just tweeted hearing sub $14 million for Connor McDavid.
Oh.
It's like the number keeps going down. First we heard sub $15 million, now Rishaug saying sub $14 million. Like Tom Brady, even though that Tom Brady stuff is a little bit more complicated, but like Connor McDavid is taking so much less, leaving so much money on the table in order to help the team here.
We have to ask the question, is Leon Draisaitl overpaid?
He's making more than Connor McDavid. I mean, the most overpaid player in the league right now, Kirill Kaprizov.
I mean, by 10 miles, which I was going to give him a blank check, but yeah, that looks so. I've got a lot of thoughts on that. I'll just give my pure, wear it on my sleeve, dump my heart out. I hear 2 years, less than 14 per. I'm like, man, that sounds to me, maybe I'm just a doomsday guy. Like, he's like, I'm really leaving after this, so I'm going to be really, really nice to you before I do that.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm really leaving after this. I think that I want to win here. This gives us the best opportunity to win here in this 2-year window that I'm re-signing for. If you bozos don't get that done in the 2-year window that we have, then I'm going to get my money, and it's probably going to be somewhere else.
And 3-year window, because it's this year,
correct.
It's the next year, and then it's the year after that. Love it. Ice District's Authentics just tweeted out a link like, hey, get jerseys. Good idea. Strike while the iron's hot. I'll buy one of those weird cream jerseys that we said we didn't like, and I don't think the Oilers are very happy with us because we said we didn't like it. But I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. Am I content? No. Just not my style. But it would not have been good for this team. And I know that like
12.5.
What's that?
12.5.
Sub 13
He stayed
million?
the same. He didn't take a raise. That's what he makes.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. Oh, boy.
That's right, Sean.
Yeah,
Sound the
that's
alarm.
right.
I don't know if that was. I think I might have to hate Connor McDavid now.
Why?
I'm out. I'm out. Him. You got to be selfish. You got to be selfish. You got to raise the tide for all the other players. Be selfish. The NHLPA has to hate this.
Are we also aware? I think the soundproofing in here is pretty good. That we're in like Kings facilities, being like Connor McDavid.
You two, I'm out. I'll be the bad guy, or I guess the good guy in this situation.
I mean, this is legitimately stunning. Like I know that there was a lot of talk that he would leave money on the table. He would take a team-friendly deal. It would be short-term. I didn't expect 2 years, and I definitely didn't expect him not getting a raise at all.
He took what would you call it? He took the Connor McDavid version of the league minimum. He took the Connor McDavid minimum.
Yeah, like the precedent has already been established at what Connor McDavid should be paid.
Yeah.
You can't go less than that. So he literally took the Connor McDavid minimum.
Or I could have been doing the Jim thing in The Office when they do the performance review, and he's getting himself psyched up while Dwight's like, I'm going to go in there and ask for a raise, and Jim's like, I'm going to go in there and ask for a pay decrease. I think I'll be able to get it. 12, oh, man.
I gotta bring this up because chat's talking about it. You mentioned this for Sidney Crosby when Sidney Crosby signed at the number that he's always had, $8.7 million, and you theorized that it would make him easier to trade during the life of that deal. Do we have the same conversation for Connor McDavid?
You
now?
know the truth. Yeah, I want to joke around with it.
You.
Folks, like, we got to be in the real world. We know those are different circumstances.
I thought you were going the other way, and that they were using the savings that they're not paying McDavid to bring in Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, yes, let's do that. That I'll do. Okay,
yeah, that's why I was like, why aren't you excited about that?
He rolls they pass the savings on to Sidney Crosby. Sid's going to get retained. He'll double retained, probably. They'll trade him to the Blackhawks in the first week of the season, and then Blackhawks will wait the 75 days, the asinine rule that we have now, and then, yeah, sure. Edmonton Oilers, $4.35 million?
Do you think the NHLPA is just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. They have
know
to be
that they are like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm a strong believer in unions, and so I'm upset at Connor McDavid for undermining the strength of the union.
Does it come out in the wash a little bit though because of Kaprizov? Like Kaprizov signing first, being like, this is what you can get, fellas.
No, because the NHLPA, when they look at Kaprizov, they go like, okay, now we have a player that is obviously better than him.
But at like a bargaining table, the comp will be Kaprizov. It will not be McDavid because everybody will just be like, yeah, well, he just fucking went crazy and signed the same team-friendly deal that he already had there. Like, that's not a realistic comp anymore. He just did them a favor.
In the chat that, like, Logan Cooley's about to get paid Connor McDavid money.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Oilers Puckpedia page. It does feel weird. It's just confusing to see Connor McDavid for the next 3 years at $12.5 million when, like, guys are going to be... The $10 million number is, like, not going to be a crazy threshold anymore. It was once upon a time. It's not. Cap's going up.
Like, $10 million is a good player, I think, now.
So Connor McDavid, realistically, is getting underpaid by... And I'll break the Elliot Friedman basketball book rule and compare players who are in different situations. But Kirill Kaprizov is worth $17 million. Connor McDavid is worth, I think we said, like 21 or something. Let's make it an even 20. Connor McDavid could have gotten 20.
Correct.
Connor McDavid could have gone maxed out, which only one player in league history has maxed out. But say he went and got 20, he is giving the Oilers a $7.5 million discount. Like, I know people will say, okay, well, that's him throwing down the gauntlet and saying, like, you better put a good team around me. It's also being an insane person. Well, because you could have done that and still made $15-16 million a year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, do you think that any part of this comes down to, like, if he chooses to leave in 3 years, God forbid.
Thank you.
Like the people in Edmonton can't say, like, oh, what an asshole. Like, what an asshole. He burned us. He left us if they don't win a Stanley Cup. Like, now, I feel like
you're thinking fans aren't that rational.
For sure. They'll definitely be delusional. But I think that, like, this sets the table for, again, if you don't win a Stanley Cup in the next 3 years, you can't blame Connor McDavid. Can't blame Connor McDavid whatsoever. You have to blame management. He gave you a huge favor, and you still didn't get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, now that I know that this contract exists, I'm like, well, I mean, he could have given a huger favor. Could have done 4 times 12 and a half, which I kid. It's insane what he has done here. But I'll go back to what I said earlier. I think that in his mind, he's going to be like, all right, like if and when I do go, you can't say I didn't give you everything.
Right.
I don't know if you'd have thoughts, but why do you think it took so long then? Like if he...
my questions that I had on here were, why did he stay, or why did it take so long? And after all of this wait, why do you think he stayed?
Well, I think that he wanted to stay. I definitely think that he wanted to stay. I think this is clear proof of that. The reason why it taken so long, like, I don't think that this is the deal that he wanted. I definitely don't think this is the deal that he wanted. But we've been saying it all along. I don't think he wanted to head into the season having to answer these questions and having this loom over him. And if he has to take like basically a 2-year extension on the contract that he already has, maybe that's just his way of just saying, fine, let's do this. Let's get it off the table and let's proceed business as usual and open this window for 2 more years.
What do you think the deal he wanted was then? Because they would have given him any deal he wanted. And that's on the dead folks.
I don't know what he wanted, but like I can't imagine he wanted a 2-year deal at the salary that he was currently making.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, and love you, Darnell, mean it, the team isn't as tight up against the cap, and they can give him $17 million a year, and it's good for the union and everything. But here's the problem. With or without Darnell Nurse, with or without like any contract that you're not crazy about, Oilers are going to have no cap space at all times, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Because like that's just the way it was. Like think of any team that's been good for a long time. Boston Bruins were always in cap hell, and yeah, you could say like, oh well, they're giving Chris Kelly a million more than he should be making. The reason teams a lot of times, really good teams, are in such cap constraints is they have a lot of really good players. So, like, they were going to be on a Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl team, accumulating everyone they could possibly get no matter what. So, even if
Correct.
they didn't have a Darnell Nurse, they were going to have 2 more guys who were making that money or 1 more guy who was making that money. And there was not going to be an easy 18 mil to just break off to the best player in the world.
Right. And I mean, with McDavid leaving like $3, $4, $5 million on the table, you can go out and get another Trent Frederick for 8 years.
Dude, that's a first-line center, Trent Frederick.
Yeah.
He didn't leave.
Not first-line center.
I need to reiterate.
I mean,
And on paper.
they just locked up. They locked up their first-line
Oh, yeah,
center.
yeah, my first line.
Does
Yeah,
play
my
center,
bad, my
though.
bad.
So
My bad,
Connor,
yeah.
but you said 3, 4, 5. It starts at being a $5 million discount.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like, if he signed for 15 and a half, we would have been having not quite the holy shit, like stunned at the no raise at all. But if he signed for $15.5 million, you bet your bottom dollar part of this conversation would be like, well, he's telling the Oilers, like, look, I could have been making a lot more and I just want to win here. With the savings, by the way, in the future, Oilers have locked up Jake Wallman 7x7, which I'm not the biggest Stan Bowman guy. It's a risk with Jake Wallman because he's had some up and downs in the beginning of his career, but I think really good contract.
I mean, based off of the way that we're looking at defenseman contracts now, like again, like you're saying, $10 million is basically like a good player with the way that the cap's going up. $7 million for Jake Wallman, like a middle pairing
Second
defenseman.
pair guy, yeah.
That's a pretty good value.
Also, extended knob block.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everyone.
Maybe that's what Connor was waiting for. His guy.
Shit, I gotta hit up Bob and ask, be like, yo, so after all this, was that whole room thing true? Y'all know about the room thing?
The movie?
No, I know all about
Okay.
that. Sean, what you know about that?
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's that?
The-
Oh, hey, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah.
I didn't hit her.
I did not hit her. It's bullshit. I did not. You remember when he tells that he's like,
all right, get on with it. Get on
I
with
beat
it.
her up so bad.
Tell
she
the
ended
room
up
story.
in a hospital. What a story. People were the Oilers there was an event room that they have at the arena, and there was some scheduling thing where suddenly Monday you couldn't do anything in the room, and they canceled everything in the room, and people were like deep in the weeds in building scheduling talk and research.
Shohei plane watch.
It's the new plane watch. Yeah.
Plane
Room
watch was cool though because we knew there was a plane.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a room.
That is true. There were.
We've been in that room.
Who's in the room and at what
room.
time we don't know, but we do know that there's a room in Edmonton.
Oh yeah,
and
I
it's
guess
booked.
there
was a plane in Toronto. It just Shohei didn't end up being on it.
That's right. Okay, so I was thinking like Daisuke plane watch because we knew like Daisuke got on the plane and we were like, he's coming to America. He's coming. He'd already agreed to the deal. I don't know why people were tracking the plane so much.
Sports fans are delusional.
Make sure he got here safe. But I'm trying to figure out the taking so long. Like I can't imagine he was like, you better sign Knobloch. Like he's.
I was definitely joking about that.
No, but like what else?
Yeah,
what have they done that like they got Ike Howard a long time ago, and again like the Knobloch thing, he had to have won more games in the league since he took over than anybody. Like he was obviously going to get extended.
Yeah, but what if it's not anything more complicated than like he has a bunch of options laid out in front of him, like a bunch of different contract structures and things like that, and he just didn't know.
I feel like
he just needed to think on it, and today's like literally the last day that he could have thought on it before it carried into the season. And at the end of the day, I've been saying this all along, it would have been very, very hard to imagine Connor McDavid heading into a season where anytime something goes wrong, people are going to ask him about the fucking contract.
I just feel like he has doubts about whether or not Edmonton can actually put together a Stanley Cup winning team at this point, but at the same time, he does not want to miss the opportunity of winning a Stanley Cup with Leon Draisaitl and this crew. So, like, he's putting himself in a position where, like, yeah, you've got these 2 years, you know what it is, and if we can't do it, then I'm gone because now I know that I wasn't going to win a cup here. I don't have to ever have the what if.
Okay, Sean, if you could, I know that we're in kind of wonky territory right now technologically, but if you could just keep an eye on anything that pops up from anyone on this, it would be greatly appreciated.
Ryan Rishaug. Talks heated up first thing this morning. This deal came together extremely fast once McDavid decided on what he wanted, was undecided as of last night.
Wow. This is also, by the way, 2 straight contracts in which Connor McDavid had to say, seemingly, to the team, no, it'll be 12.5. The Oilers were trying to pay him more than $12.5 million on his last contract per year, and he was like, no, just like, this will make me the highest paid guy in the league by quite a bit. That's fine. Don't go crazy.
If there is one thing that I believe in all of this, well, I guess 2 things. The first is that Connor McDavid definitely wants to win, and the second is the Oilers will give him anything that he wants. Like, anything that he wants.
Like now? Or just in
like,
general? Like they would have signed him?
Yeah. Like, this deal could have gotten done on July 1st if Connor McDavid just, like, went to them and was like, I would like 8 years, $24 million.
We have a tremendous tweet from Nick Alberga.
Oh, brother.
Interesting to note that McDavid and Matthews could both be free agents in the summer of 2028. Same agent, too. It's already happening. I love it.
I respect
it's
it.
already.
We
kicked the can down the road, but it's still there.
When you spend 3 years saying that Connor McDavid will be a Toronto Maple Leaf, and then he signs his contract extension, and you immediately pivot to like, well, yeah, he'll be a Toronto Maple Leaf in like 3 years.
Which is funny because like when Matthews signed that contract, that's what everybody in Arizona was doing. Being like, okay, 4 years, and then he's coming home. Things change. Things can change fast.
I see Connor McDavid. I'm going to do another Office reference. I see Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews as teammates, like a Robert California, Andy Bernard type of thing. Like, and Andy Bernard is Austin Matthews, and Connor McDavid is Robert California.
Like,
where he's like,
He just
you are
doesn't
not my lieutenant. I think that going from Leon Draisaitl to Austin Matthews, and Austin Matthews obviously fucking rules. Like, this is no disrespect. I could see Leon being way more Connor's type than Austin Matthews being his type. Yeah. And imagine those two, they'd be fucking blaming each other for like, now I'm playing with a loser. You never win.
The only thing is that Matthews might be a little more. He seems a little more comfortable being in front of the camera. So you take that as opposed to Leon and Connor, who both seem like they have no interest in talking to the public. You just let Austin deal with all of that, and Connor can go be a private person.
I have an answer to the why after all this wait, why does he end up choosing to stay with the Oilers? And I'm not just saying this. It's the best spot. Like,
yeah, I mean, his shit's already there.
No.
His shit's already there, and they've got a great team.
I love the stuff argument from Greg Wyshynski. It's brilliant, which, if you don't know, says that when you're just thinking about where players might go, where they might sign, do not underestimate where their stuff is, because people do not like to move. And that is very fair. Yeah, Sean.
Moving from Arizona to Boston was like the worst experience of my life, and I also didn't have millions of dollars and people to do it for me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But people talked about, Tampa, or like there was stuff that The Athletic wrote about the Kings maybe, and I did not see a spot, unless he took a lower contract than he's making right now, where, okay, you go there and it's looking a lot better. Because it would need to look like a lot better, because marginally better, you're sacrificing playing with Leon Draisaitl. Like, no matter where you go, you're not going to have a Leon Draisaitl. So there's a lot of risk involved there. And I was worried because it was taking so long. But my guess is he's like, yeah, next few years, the situation here is just going to be better than the others. Doesn't mean they're going to win the Cup. Should have won the Cup a couple of years ago. Didn't do it. I bet they'll keep coming close. I don't know if they will win, but that's my guess. Yeah, it's as simple as like there was not a Miami Heat waiting for him.
And further to that point, like that 2 to 3 year window is going to tell us a lot about like where the Oilers are headed, and like maybe in 2 years it doesn't look as promising, or as like maybe there is a spot that gives him more like meat on that bone. But also, like, maybe some of these young kids hit. Like, maybe Ike Howard, Savoy. Like, maybe the back end starts to, look good. They find, like, an Ekholm replacement if he's,
he might stay.
Diminishing.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're going to find out a lot about the Oilers in the next couple of years, and that's why this deal, like, does make a lot of sense.
And Tyler Yaremchuk, I don't even know if this is true, but Tyler says it so much that I'm like, yeah. This was supposed to be the first year that Stu was the starter.
Really?
Like, I think so. Like, they signed Jack Campbell. Campbell was supposed to be the guy. It was supposed to be a tandem. Last year, I think, was probably supposed to be where you start to see maybe, like, the Omark Swayman handoff. And then, like, this is the first year that, okay, he's the starter.
That's a spin.
It's it's one of my favorite spins.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, maybe the goaltending situation looks better.
Stewart's just gonna like win a Vezina this year, and all of a sudden,
no. Connor Ingram is gonna be the Oilers starter like in January.
No. I will bet you on that, because January is usually the month where it's like, hey, since January 1st, Stu Skinner has the best numbers in the NHL. And then the second somebody says that, then he goes on a cold streak.
Don't forget about Connor Ingram is all I'm saying.
Well,
Connor Ingram is going to enter into the picture at some point.
Other side of that is seemingly Calvin Pickard is on that team and plays because of vibes. So yeah, it might not be Connor Ingram.
Chat's talking about this right now, and I think it's we don't have to answer the question right now because we got other contract stuff that I want to talk about too. It's a very fascinating time for contracts in the NHL. But like, what does his next deal look like? Like, what is that next? Maybe you just
Eichel's still got to get paid, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know that I think that we have to like stay on McDavid for a little bit, but like this whole conversation, I've been like, Jack Eichel, what the fuck is going to happen with you now?
He's got to be pissed.
You sign like a real ass contract, and people are going to be like, "See, that's the difference between those two." And he's like, "No, he takes a discount, people are going to be like, huh."
If he wasn't in Vegas, maybe, but I don't think anyone's going to be like, "You should have been nicer to the Vegas Golden Knights." Like, I think people are just going to be like, "Get your money from those guys."
No, what should happen is that Vegas fans should immediately turn on Mitch Marner for not taking less money to play with the Vegas Golden Knights to free up more money for Jack Eichel. Imagine Mitch Marner leaves Toronto, goes to Vegas to like get a fresh new start, and before he even plays
in a
his
less
first
hockey-obsessed
game,
market,
that fan base already hates him just because of what Connor McDavid did.
This is pointed out by the chat, and I know that there are some key players that need to be signed, most notably Matthias Ekholm, who maybe they don't sign, and Stu Skinner, who's going to be due something of a raise for sure. Oilers looking like they have like $24 million. With this deal signed, they're going to have like $24 million in cap space in the coming summer.
It's a good amount of money.
That's
Kyle Connor
offer sheet.
Sergei Bobrovsky, come on down.
Oh,
offer sheet season.
Imagine.
What if he's like, hey, 2 years, you and me, take my contract, Bob. Want to make $12.5 million. All the savings go to Bob.
You wouldn't happen to know any like interesting RFAs next year off the top of your head, would you?
Lane Hutson.
Oh yeah. And that would also be the most Oilers player ever. Like Lane Hutson on the Oilers would be an absolute.
If you
nitro,
I was gonna say,
yeah, exactly.
You're running oops all Evan Bouchards. Sorry, you are not gonna get me to ever shut up about the Oilers. Like every day is. Did you see what happened in the Oilers game last night? And that's
and you
kind
have
of
no
what any
idea.
hockey fan says.
No idea if it's positive or negative.
Yeah. Oh man, Evan Bouchard and Lane Hutson. This is realistic. I think they are gonna have all their draft picks.
All right, now
for
we're
a
getting
long time.
insane.
It's do you think they win a cup in the next 3 years?
They should. It's hard to say anybody should.
Yeah.
But like they've got as good a chance as anybody, and they've got Connor McDavid, and they've got Leon Draisaitl, and they've got a million. Like they've been so close. And if the Panthers just take like a little step back, it's the only thing that stood in their way the past few years. I think they've got a really good chance.
Can I interest you in some very fascinating RFAs next year?
No.
Yes, you may. We can leave McDavid just for this.
Just one of them's Connor Bedard.
Yep.
As of right now, and the other one that most interests me is Dylan Holloway.
Oh,
offer sheet.
Offer sheeting Dylan Holloway back to Edmonton would be the funniest thing ever.
Baby, I didn't mean it.
No, they're making up for it on the back end.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to have to overpay him for the RFA, so they're making up for it.
They were just waiting for Connor McDavid to take less money so they could pay Dylan Holloway.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it all ends where they're like, how is Dylan Holloway the highest paid player on the team right now? Leon and Connor are looking like, I mean, Broberg too? Or is Broberg 3 years?
I didn't see him on the list. He probably was lower down.
Broberg's the one that I really, really want back. But
there are actually like a very interesting chunk of RFAs. Obviously, the vast majority of them probably won't get to free agency, but
they're going to be positioned to after this deal, which I never really considered. And I always thought that once McDavid gets done, you have McDavid, you have Draisaitl, you have Bouchard, and you also have Nurse, who's making a lot of money. Like it's just going to have to be this group. Keep trying. They're going to be able to fudge around a little bit. Like we'll see how Mangiapane works with this team. We'll see how certain guys look. But like, if there's a moment next offseason, or not at the deadline because this cap situation is what it is, but if in free agency next year they're like, you know what, like we need to go get another piece, they'll be able to do it.
Broberg is also an RFA at the end of next year.
That's my guy. I loved you the.
So is Michael Kesselring.
What's that?
Michael Kesselring.
Michael Kesselring would be amazing. We'll probably hit this again. I think that I don't know, like if this were a radio show, the entire thing would just be McDavid wire to wire. But there are a couple. We'll do a quick like little lap around other things. Did we hit Wallman contract?
Yeah, we did.
Wallman contract, fine. Like it. Can you do today on the show, Pete? Just reading it off the document we have.
Yeah, sure. Let me pull that up. Today on the show, we have McDavid, and with a bunch of exclamation points. We have very much covered that. We're in LA. If you haven't noticed, this set is looking a little different. It is not our
we
set.
are in Boston still. We just
we're debuting our
debuting our new set. It's all Kings all the time.
We have a lot of King stuff on the set.
We do.
We do.
I mean, we
We're
have
gonna
more
have
Kings
more
jerseys
after
in
this
our
trip.
studio
Yeah.
than we do there are in here.
We have Hut price hike.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really good.
That one's pretty good because it's a nod to the fact that we went to a football game yesterday. We bolted the fuck up yesterday.
It's two things.
We also did the opposite of a price hike in many ways.
Oh, are we gonna?
Let's tell that story.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
But you know what? Do you get the full breadth of Hut?
Hut hike.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a quarterback, QB, Quentin Byfield.
Maybe a power play quarterback.
Ooh, Elaine Hutson.
Hut.
Hut.
Wow. Okay.
That was
That-
like
you-
90
You
chess.
blew, you blew smoke up your own ass before I got to figure that out, but
Yeah,
in
no,
retrospect,
wasn't
well
that
deserved.
good? I don't get it yet. No, wasn't that good?
Well deserved. Good, great job. And speaking of great, we're going to talk about Dua Lipa, because Dua Lipa wore, I think, like, we would say one of the ugliest jerseys in the NHL, and somehow it's still
the best
good.
jerseys ever looked.
Still looked good.
Noted musician and entertainer. Do we have? How are we on elements?
We have the Dua Lipa picture. We have a couple pictures of us from yesterday. I don't know what you want.
Okay.
All right, we have two great stories because I've been saving my plane story on
yeah.
the way here, and we are going to tell the story of the Chargers.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, brother! I'm very excited about that. Do you want to do the contract stuff first? Or should we grab ass a little bit with some story time?
I think like we'll take a little break to do like a lap of grab ass. Not the longest grab ass we've ever done. You want to tell your plane story?
Yeah. So
All right.
okay. So to set the scene here, we traveled to LA separately because I had a wedding on Friday, and these guys took a really, really early flight, and I was not
the most
equipped to
comfortable
handle
I've
that.
ever been on a plane.
Most comfortable?
Yeah.
Yes, he said with heavy sarcasm.
Okay. Well, that leads me into my story because I get to the gate. I have a middle seat, which is horrible for a 7-hour flight. But I checked the list for the upgrade list on my Delta app. I'm number one in line, baby. I'm number one in line, and there are 6 first-class seats open. And I go up to the desk. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get one." I got a first-class seat upgrade. I get into my first-class seat. I get all set up. It's like one of those nice like pod ones where you can essentially do like the lay flat seat. It was unbelievable.
This sounds foul already.
I was like, "Oh my god, this is the luckiest thing that could have ever happened to me, especially on a flight this long." So I'm getting set up. I'm ready to go. I'm so pumped. I'm texting everybody. Yo, I got a first class upgrade.
Say we did get a text while we were sitting in our middle row seats.
Yeah. So I was like, I can't believe I got this lucky. Turns out I didn't. The flight attendant comes up and is like, "Hey, we got a guy here who said that like his seat is here," and she's like, "I can't really figure out what's going on. What's your name?" And the guy next to me says, "Peter Blackburn."
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. The guy sitting next to me had the same name as me, and so they accidentally gave me a first class upgrade thinking that I was him. And so you should have seen the looks on all 3 of our faces.
Holy
me,
shit.
This guy, and the flight attendant. We all look at each other and we're like, "No fucking way." Because he's like, "My name's Peter Blackburn." I'm like, "My name's Peter Blackburn." And the flight attendant's mind was fucking
I would have
blown.
lost my shit. I would have interjected, put myself in that conversation.
So what ends up happening is I have to take the most painful walk of shame all the way back to the back of the plane, take my middle seat.
You're not even the richest man with your own name. on a
Yeah.
flight.
You got to make someone get up so you can get into your bad seat that's going to ruin their flight. Oh, that's...
Oh.
I feel so
It was
bad.
so tough.
I mean-
I like tried to. I was like, you don't have anything else. Like, you kind of just fucked me. Can you make it up to me in some way here? She's like, no, this is a full flight.
They were like, maybe if you had more money.
She said, we can keep your bag here in the overhead if you want. And I was like, yeah, that's gonna really
do it
make,
for me.
make this 7 hours great.
Not even saying like miles or anything.
Nothing.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Well,
I mean, about
okay, so that's
I
not
got
true.
miles.
So, like, towards the end of the flight, the same woman came over and she gave me a chocolate chip cookie. And I don't think that she gave a chocolate chip cookie to, like, anybody else. So I don't know if that was, like, her
That's your
silent way
miles?
of saying, like, I'm sorry. But it was a good chocolate chip cookie. It wasn't worth 7 hours not being in first class.
Now, this story is especially great considering that Pete's wife, Ellen Fleming, was once given $1 million accidentally because someone was depositing $1 million into Ellen Fleming's bank account. And it was, oops, wrong Ellen Fleming. So Ellen got a call from the bank being like, hey, just want to make sure you're cool with that deposit. Congrats on the $1 million plus. And Ellen ended up being on the news for being comically poor.
And they ended that news segment with, and because it was aired on a Sunday night, and they ended that segment with, so tomorrow it's back to work for Boston's Ellen
Yeah.
Fleming.
Back to work, Ellen.
Just absolutely spitting in her face.
I would have gotten in a lot of trouble. I
Progressive.
think.
They said she could. That
Yeah.
she was working.
I don't know if I guess I don't know the timeline here. I probably would have done things with that money before asking questions that I should have asked.
So I said she should have been able to keep the interest, even if it was a day.
The person who's had the money deposited in the wrong account, I guess it's like not their fault, so they shouldn't have to give up any money. I'd give like $5,000. You just had $1 million.
Yeah, and we know that like
You're
not
rich.
Only do you have $1 million, you have $1 million to deposit to another.
You have $1 million that you're not being careful with.
Yeah,
Like, you already have her bank account information. It was accidentally deposited there.
I just I'd be curious what how the laws work there, because if someone puts money in my account, in my mind that's my money.
Well, you would be going to federal prison, my
Yeah.
friend, because people have done that and they go to federal prison.
Why though? Like if money just
Breaking
shows
the
up in
law,
my account, but like why? Like if money just shows up in my account,
Right? Like,
Why am
feel
I
like-
asking- I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like
ask
it's the
questions
bank's
about it.
job to.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if I just looked at my account, I was like, oh, I have a little more money than I realized. Maybe not $1 million. That would raise some red flags, but I would be like, I'm gonna spend this money.
Okay, this is a good time for a like spike. Everybody who is in the chat, please do us a favor and toss a like on this video. We love you so much. Make sure, obviously, you're subscribed everywhere and that you're picking up all of our stuff. I did get miles because someone in front of me on our flight was having some sort of... Sean, I think you saw what's going on better than I did.
I was sleeping. I woke up at one point, and there was a conversation about someone having like high blood pressure or something like that, or low blood pressure, something along those lines.
They were really scrambling, trying to get her. They were like, we can give you some... She was like, Gatorade. And they were like, no Gatorade. You want some Pringles? And because that has salt,
yeah.
I guess. So I had a packet of electrolytes. I was like, want these? Guy came and was like, David, right? 5,000 miles. Nice job, Good Samaritan. And I was like, this is the raspberry salt flavor. I didn't want that one anyway. I kid. Hope that person's okay. The other story, Sean, we went to a football game yesterday.
Yes, we
We
did.
bolted up. We knew that that was going to be the most dangerous pro shop experience we could have because I'm a Chargers fan. Sean is just a sports dork, and all three of us have a great respect and appreciation for the incredible branding of
Real.
the San Diego Los Angeles football Chargers. What a time.
That shit rocked.
It was great.
I had so much fun.
SoFi
yesterday.
Stadium, incredible.
Oh,
Really, really
especially
awesome
in our
stadium.
experience.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Pro Shop was great. Last time I went to the SoFi Pro Shop, it was right after the Rams had won the Super Bowl. The Pro Shop was like 85% Rams stuff, which, respectfully, Rams branding leaves a little bit to be desired. Chargers branding does not. What I will say, if we're going to critique the Chargers on anything other than their play yesterday, pick a fucking slogan. They have
That's Sean's
8,000
I mean, yeah.
slogans.
Pete and I picked up on that early. We were talking. Yeah, I mean, bolt on,
Bolt up.
bolt up.
Bolt
But they
on
probably
is a
have bolt
different
on.
thing.
Yeah, high voltage. See the
High
lightning.
voltage.
Yes, not voltage. See the lightning. Feel the thunder. There's probably another one in there.
Then there's horse imagery.
Yeah,
like,
So
just,
I can
they're
explain
all
this.
over the place.
Well, the horses, that's their logo. That
was their logo.
Yeah, that was their original logo. For the, like, See the Thunder, all that, that's just, like, yearly shit that they do. You know how, like, every year they'll have, like, a little tag thing? Like, their real thing is Bolt Up. And
no, but
they had
keeping,
T-shirts.
They're keeping all that shit in the mix.
Or, like Superchargers and Bolt Up, I would say, are the two things that are, like, real things. And then everything else is just, like, kind of like if you go to the Bruins Pro Shop, they'll have something that will have something about, like, a bear and some fucking bear pun or whatever. I do agree there's way too many of them.
Plus the Chargers,
they have signage
the Chargers
and stuff.
have too many, not too many because I love it, but they have so many variations of blue that their stuff's kind of all over the place. But it's still rocked. Like, the Chargers have the best branding in football at the very least.
Sean, you picked up a jersey.
I did. Cheap one too. It was on sale. J Herbo Royal Blue.
I think that's their best jersey.
I think it's their best jersey
they
too.
move off of it.
Yeah, I
It's
get
the
to too.
Rams thing.
But
But-
it was, for some reason, half the price, if not cheaper than like every other jersey there.
Really very
in my
elite
side.
here, though, is that you also got a jersey.
Yes.
You got the OG Piss jersey.
I got the OG Piss jersey. You folks should know we are a Piss jersey podcast. Last year or 2 years ago, you heard us talk about a lot the All-Star Piss jerseys. That comes from the Chargers used to have a fashion jersey that they didn't wear, but they sold it.
I didn't know that's
and
how
I
that-
would
okay.
constantly tweet at the Chargers like, "Wear the Piss jersey.
Was
Wear it."
was their first color rush? Were they piss or were they powder blue? All powder blue.
It might have been all powder blue. They would also do.
Or they all did all white too, didn't they?
They would do all. They did a lot of combos. You
I
want
know,
to
like,
accuse them of like doing too many anythings.
like that first year when they kind of relaunched their branding.
Do you
and
remember
they had,
the picture
yeah,
where they
had
like showed
royal,
like all of them next to each
royal,
other?
navy, powder, yellow,
All
white.
sorts of mixing
Yeah.
and matching all over the place. But I got a Keenan Allen
Actually-
Piss jersey and a bolt up chain that was amazing.
The Color Rush jersey was that
The royal
blue.
Yeah, I know the color rush kind of bounced around a little bit. Like a couple teams had a couple different ones, but yeah, I mean their branding was unbelievable, and that stadium was fucking incredible.
Stadium was awesome.
Sean, my internet has frozen. So if you see any super chats or anything relevant in the chat that you want to let us know
We did have a
about.
super chat at the beginning of the show.
I think I saw one from the Love
Love
of
Your
Your
Life said-
Okay, show Love of Your Life. The story that
You're gonna let him read it? Was there anything to
no,
be read?
No. Oh yeah, it was McDavid news in the King's house. #bad behavior.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
We can't control that.
yeah. So
Bad behavior by Connor McDavid waiting until the last second.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on this trip to LA. We wanted to go to a Chargers game while we were here, and we decided to do the. I'll be vague on the details of this story, but we decided to do the fun. It's not a trick. It's a strategy of buying tickets with your hard-earned money, tickets to enter the game, and we're always on our phones. You're going to be texting, you're going to be tweeting, you're going to be on Instagram. Why not also, while you're there, jump on Ticketmaster and see if there are any tickets that are way too expensive
And way nicer than the ones that you already have.
They could be anywhere. Sean.
Oh yeah, fair.
Really,
fair. They could be
anywhere.
worse. Maybe you're.
It's just really wherever the mind and the eye
Yes,
goes.
true.
You could
Very good
go
point.
up high, whatever. And if you see, hey, it's game time, there's still these seats that are priced very high, and no one will buy them. You forget to get off Ticketmaster afterwards. Then 5 minutes after the game, you're like, oh yeah, those tickets are still there. Those seats are still there. And you go down to check to make sure that like someone got into those seats because you don't want the seats to go unused.
Yes.
And then you're like, I'm a fan of this team. I don't want them to be embarrassed on TV. And people say, no one's sitting in those good seats. That they must not have fans.
I think that all the time when I'm watching sports on TV.
We're not going to make the Chargers look bad. So we decided we'll hang on to these.
It's like seat fillers at award shows.
Exactly. So
And at one point we got up and someone filled our seats as
That
seat
is
fillers
true.
go. As
Yes,
seat fillers
they kept
do.
them warm for us.
Yes.
so
That's probably the best part of the story.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I was gonna say,
a
like,
major
that's the story.
And this is all this part is all DJ.
So we got up at one point and got food, came back. Sean and I looked at each other.
Worst case scenario in a situation like this.
No, see, maybe for you.
Well, it could have been. It
was-
could have been on paper. Worst case scenario, because it could have ended.
It was a real
Poorly.
fork in the road.
Yes.
We had to
Again,
decide.
maybe for you.
No, well, I mean, you handled it well, but I'm just saying, like, when we're presented with the situation prior to you handling it, there's two ways it can go, and one of them's not great.
There were 3 people in those seats, and I kicked them out. I said, those aren't your seats.
It was very little hesitation from you. Like, you turned around, and you're like, should we kick them out? And then you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then you walked up to him, and you're like, oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, and I did like looking at my phone, and like, hey, are those your seats? And the guy was like, oh, we were just standing here for a little bit. Why are they yours? And I don't know if I actually said yes.
You don't know. I kind of stood back. I was letting you work.
It was a. I'm gonna reference The Office's third time. Jim's a nice guy. That's why I got the desk. You know, when they're both at the same desk when Jim comes back. And Ryan's, and Jim's like, oh, you can, and Ryan's like, yeah, cool, thanks.
Yeah,
He just takes it.
yeah.
But there was no bullying. There was no nothing. It was like, those just were not those people's seats.
Yeah.
So
and in most situations, if you're not in the right seats and someone asks you, are those your seats? You're gone. You're gone. Yeah.
So that's what happened.
All 3 of their names were Pete Blackburn.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Good seats.
Oh, my God.
Seats.
Like, arguably the best seats you could have.
50-yard line.
50-yard line, like club-ish level-ish.
I can understand why the person trying to sell those on the secondary market was asking such a high price.
But
it's a bummer that they didn't get the price that they were asking, but they knew what they had.
How much money do you have to have, though, to just eat that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe something came up, but yeah.
Enough to be able to buy those seats in the first
like
place.
if you're season
Fair.
ticket holders, maybe it's a situation where you sell them once and you've recouped the money already.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have anything more on McDavid? I don't know if we have comments, anything, questions, concerns. I saw that McDavid did post on Instagram that the journey continues.
Someone pretending to be Connor McDavid has been in our chat.
Okay. I mean,
You don't know that.
They said, I'm not fucking leaving.
Oh.
Bang.
Okay, wonderful. There's other contract stuff happening in the NHL, and mainly want to talk about defensemen, because last week you saw Luke Hughes sign 7 times $9 million, which we got some pushback from folks in New Jersey. Pete, we were told we were being not assholes, but dead wrong, silly, if we were saying that we didn't love that contract. I don't hate the contract, but I was just like,
I don't hate the contract, but like the only thing that I said, and I stand by it, he doesn't get that contract last week for that dollar amount if his last name is not Hughes.
Fair enough. Jackson Lacombe, the great defenseman in Anaheim, re-signs for 8 times, or extends, I should say, for 8 times $9 million, which is a good deal. Like, great for him, great for the team. A sign, though, of how numbers are going up. But it brings us to Lane Hutson, who had 66 points in his first NHL season.
Future Oiler Lane Hutson.
Last year. What's that?
So future Oiler Lane Hutson, as we already
Possibly,
established.
yes. Very much. As long as they have their 3rd-round pick, because they're gonna get him for like $2.6 million a year. The great Emily Kaplan. I saw that people were speculating late last week of like, oh, so Lacombe gets 8 times 9. Like the Canadians should want to get 8 times 9 done with Lane Hutson. To which I said, yeah, they should also want to get like 8 times $1 million done with Lane Hutson. That's not a contract that he should take. Emily Kaplan tweeted, the NHL salary landscape is changing, blah, 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 blah. Hearing Lane Hutson was willing to take an 8-year deal, slightly less than Noah Dobson's $9.5 million AAV, but it didn't get done on the Canadiens' end. That was before the market reset with Luke Hughes and Jackson Lacombe deals last week. Here's what I know. Lane Hutson, I don't know if Lane Hutson is necessarily going to be a better defenseman than Jackson Lacombe. What I do know is Lane Hutson needs to be making more than both of those guys. The numbers are just...
Luke Hughes and Jackson Lacombe? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Yeah, and like I think the Canadians run a very good business up there. I have a lot of questions as to why they would not just take 8 point, like less than 9.5.
He's the one that should have
8
been
times.
resetting. He's the type of player who you should be resetting the market with anyway. Like, why do you wait for... Those numbers were going to go up. I didn't know that Hughes was going to get $9 million a year. and maybe that's their logic, but the numbers were going to go up.
The cap was going up no matter what. Like, we've justified inflated numbers that or seem inflated on day one with, well, the cap's going up.
Yeah.
Like, you just got a guy who, over an 82 game sample, changed the trajectory of your franchise. Like, Lane Hutson was the engine of that team. He took over games and won them games that ultimately helped them get into the playoffs at the end of the year. Like, you can have doubts about, like, you know, is he going to continue this trajectory year by year by year exponentially or whatever? But, like, that 8 years for less than $9.5 million, I would have signed that immediately if I was the Canadians. Or, and signed up for that immediately.
And she said that Emily said that it was before this market reset of these contracts. Evan Bouchard signed right at the beginning of free agency, or like maybe even before free agency, because there's the offer sheet stuff with Carolina. But like, so you already know that player, who he's not Evan Bouchard right now, maybe he becomes close to him, maybe he becomes better than him, but that guy signed for $10.5 million a year, and he's 4 years older than Lane Hutson. Mm-hmm. Like, you're getting something that's not even scratching the surface right now, and he had 66 points last season. Like, this is, even if, you know, I've seen, like, Butcher Gross people say, like, you know, like, when you get to the playoffs, you watch the teams, and they all have a bunch of big guys. Like, you can have one Lane Hutson, or you can, I mean, I would take a few Lane Hutsons. After Bouchard gets $10.5 million, if I'm the Canadians, I'm saying if we can get him 8 times 10, like, let's do it quick.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is ultimately going to work out in Lane Hutson's favor because he's going to get more money than he was willing to sign up for at the beginning of this offseason. So that works out for him. I have questions about what the Habs' reservations were.
Let's do the Dua Lipa picks real quick.
Okay.
That sounded... it's not... I didn't mean it like that. Let's Dua Lipa wore a Stars jersey. And... if you can see the pictures, Sean,
there's a picture, but yeah.
There's a picture. It's likely of Dua Lipa in a bedazzled Stars road jersey. Yeah. Which I'll say, like, the bedazzling helps. Like, if the Stars took their bad jerseys and at least bedazzled them, I'd be like, they're the team that bedazzles their jerseys. Identity. Branding. Okay, good. As is, we all know those uniforms stink. But... when you make a Dua Lipa, I mean, we've had Rihanna in the Senators jersey. Mm-hmm. That was amazing. We've had Maddie Healy in the Blue Jackets bathrobe. And now...
it's Sabrina Carpenter in the Maple Leafs jersey.
Classic loser.
Yeah. I went viral off that.
No. Shout out Sabrina Carpenter. She's so much better than Taylor Swift right now.
Manchild is actually about Mitch Marner.
Manchild's awesome. I think that we owe Jack Antonoff an apology. Because... clearly, the Taylor Swift doesn't listen to her producers thing is holding up. And I don't think Jack Antonoff is smart enough to tell Taylor Swift to do better. But no one's telling Taylor Swift, hey, let's try to actually make some good songs here. He's making good stuff with Sabrina Carpenter. That's your Antonoff minute.
I mean, I got to say, like, Jack Antonoff's stocks have really never been higher. Especially because, like, Jack Antonoff was behind one of my favorite albums of, like, the last 10 years.
The 1975?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being Funny in a Foreign Language.
He did some stuff on the Kendrick album.
I didn't realize he was... I didn't know that. I did see, like, the meme, like, the Jack Antonoff apology form.
Oh.
For, like, didn't realize he was working with mediocre talent, or never listen to Bleachers was one of the options.
Yeah, I mean, Bleachers isn't that good. But Jack Antonoff's thing, he's not a great producer, but he'll find one thing that he gets really, really into. First, it was the Music Production Center. You just press a bunch of buttons, and it sounded like a computer was throwing up. I wasn't really into that. Right now, he's crazy about tape delay, and he's making some really fun stuff with Sabrina Carpenter. So, Jack Antonoff, you're doing a great job.
Chad is
not
pro.
according to the chat.
Yeah, Chad is not pro Jack Antonoff.
They're pushing back on the idea that we owe Jack Antonoff anything.
Really, it's mainly Eileen.
I was going to say, like, I was the number one Jack Antonoff hater.
You were.
I was the number one Jack Antonoff truther. So I'm just always trying to find the truth. And the truth was, when everyone was saying he was making great stuff with Taylor Swift, that he was not. That was not good. Taylor Swift was on a bad 4-album run that, hate to say it, folks, it's now reached 5. That album kind of stinks.
I like Folklore and
yeah,
Evermore respect her.
That's It's absolutely fine. Okay, Dua Lipa, Stars jersey. The thing is, 95. Matt Duchene?
Year she was born.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was going to see if you would take the bait. She was born in 1995. Would have been hilarious if she was wearing a Matt Duchene
Weird.
jersey.
Dua Lipa being a Matt Duchene head would be so fucking funny.
Apparently, it's not like there's a string of pictures of her in like random Texas gear.
Yep, she's
Been in the
she is
Longhorns.
a Texas Longhorns respecter,
Yep.
which don't want to get into that right now, but yeah, not a great weekend for the Texas Longhorns. My big takeaway is that like that Stars jersey still kind of sucks when it's on Dua Lipa, which means that you have no hope.
And people said when the bad Oilers jerseys came out, when they say, just wait till Leon's wearing it, it's going to look good. And a beloved celebrity entertainer wearing everyone's favorite gal wearing this Dallas Stars jersey, people are like, can I look at something else? This is bad.
I respect Dua Lipa for respecting Puck. I need the Dallas Stars to
Respect Puck.
respect Dua Lipa and respect Puck as
Respect
well.
all of us.
Yes.
Okay, any more super chats, Sean?
Nope, not that I've seen.
Okay, got to give a few stars. One to Bruins legend Matt Grzelcyk signing with the Chicago Blackhawks. Good for Matt Grzelcyk. He's going to play,
Very
I believe,
happy
his
for him.
9th year in the NHL. Good player. And we were saying last night, like, what are we going to pretend Matt Grzelcyk doesn't improve that defensive group? Respectfully.
Right.
We like a lot of guys on that blue line, but, like, Matt Grzelcyk's a good piece to have. It's a 1-year deal. Maybe get something for him at the deadline. And then also in lesser news, Zdeno Chara getting his number 33 retired by the Bruins. Best player. I mean, I've like covered Sidney Crosby and stuff, but like only for moments at a time. Zdeno Chara, best player I covered. Best player on those Bruins teams. Tim Thomas in 2011 had like the best individual year of all those years, but Zdeno Chara was the best player on those Bruins teams. Better than, I don't know why I'm putting down other guys right now, but like that, those teams had Bergeron, they had Marchand, they had Nathan Horton, they had Milan Lucic, they had Jerome McGinley, and Zdeno Chara, like one of the all-time greats. I'm trying to get away from using the words underrated and overrated because I saw a comment on one of those Subway Takes videos where someone was like, any sentence that has the word overrated in it sucks. And I agree with that.
Less takes, more ideas.
Exactly. Or, yeah,
Less opinions, more ideas.
More ideas. Zdeno Chara, all the respect in the world. And this is a guy who, like, really a few times was like, dude, like, get away from me. Please.
And, yeah, and, like, it not only just play on the ice, like, establish the culture for, like, the new generation of Bruins and set the table for that whole run that they had for a decade plus. So, absolutely well deserved for him to have his number up there.
Number one free agent signing in the cap era, as we scientifically determined a few years ago.
That's right.
Better than Marian Hossa, better than Zach Hyman, better than who else do we have there? Alex Pietrangelo, really good one, and Connor McDavid in a couple of years, Lane Hutson when he signs with the Oilers.
I don't like that. That's been put into the universe.
Didn't you put it into the
Yes,
universe?
yes, but now it's taken its own legs. It's got its grown legs, and I don't like it.
Okay, well, we've got a very exciting week coming up. We are in LA for a few days, so we'll be doing some fun stuff in LA. But tomorrow on the show, a great conversation with Stanley Cup champion AJ Greer. There are so many laughs in this conversation, and quite frankly, no one has, other than Marchand, has like let us be us more than AJ Greer.
He's a character. I'm very, very excited with how that conversation came out. Very, very excited for everybody to hear it. It's going to be great. Great way to kick off the season. Tomorrow is opening day. That means we have a
lot of
slate grade
steroid
tomorrow.
talk in this conversation.
That's right.
You're going to hear some very fun steroid anecdotes. Yeah, tomorrow, let's do a little sneak peek at like the slate grade. Folks, if you're new to the show, we do a slate grade. At the end of every show, we talk about what games are coming up, and we decide whether the grade is an A or an A-. The slate, a little peek ahead for the next 2 days. Hawks at Panthers, Penguins at Rangers, Avalanche at Kings opening night. I'm not going to say what grade I'll give it tomorrow. I only care about one of those games.
It feels very Thursday night football-y to me, where it's like, we know you want us.
Yeah, it's like you're going to take it.
You'll eat up anything we give you.
I'll say, I think I'm going to go to the game that I care about.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
at least we're at the one good
It
one.
might be played
You
locally.
might be able to guess.
Yeah, John Butchergross on play-by-play.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then Wednesday, wait, John Butchergross on play-by-play of a Cody Ceci game?
No.
Yeah. We should get those two together. While we're here, we should get them two together and be like, all right, Cody, great to see you. You know he was talking shit, right?
Yeah, just try to get them to fight.
Wednesday, I think we're cooking a little more. Kings at Knights. Busy schedule for these boys.
Yeah,
Flames at Oilers. Bruins at Capitals. Canadians at Maple Leafs. Now, this one's a toughie because those are 3 games I want to watch.
Those are 4 games that I want to watch.
Why are we waiting 3 days for half the league to start their season?
I don't know. Why do we wait
Because
all
shut up,
summer to
Sean.
sign a contract that's like the most team-friendly
Also,
thing?
questions I don't have answers to. That doesn't make sense.
Sometimes we just got to wait for shit, you know?
Yes. I don't know why I'm knocking down the door to see Sabres hockey, but
Well,
I don't
again,
like having to wait.
To the Thursday night football thing, didn't they do Thursday night game, Friday night game? They
Sunday?
didn't do Saturday.
No, yeah, there was college.
Why did they wait 3 days to start the season for half the league?
Football's different.
Maybe not.
You
Maybe
didn't know
not
this,
so
Sean.
different.
You got the Rangers on Thursday. Did you know that?
New York hockey. Maybe
Yeah.
this year will be better.
I'm in on the Sabres this year, but I'm always in on the Sabres.
I was just saying New York hockey in general because it wasn't particularly great for any of the 3 teams last year.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Someone in the comments said that this mic keeps going like that, so I'm just going to hold it. But we will wrap up the show and say that we've got a big season preview coming. That make sure you're always be subscribed to our YouTube, because especially this year we're going to be doing more YouTube specific stuff that's not going to be on the show. And you're going to want to have it. So check that out. The preview is a lot of fun. We put a lot of work into it. It's the most what chaos preview we've done yet. We've done previews different kinds of ways. This is definitely and it's year 3, so it makes sense. But we found our thing.
Yeah, if you enjoy the speed runs, stay tuned. It's in that sort of vein. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow morning we'll have that out. We've got some exciting stuff this week, so stay tuned. And hockey's back, baby. I'm very
Hockey's
excited.
back. AJ Greer tomorrow. We love ya. Talk soon.